Welcome to Learn English with Fun with Sahasriya. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Learn English with Fun with Sahasriya. My name is Govind. Twice every week, we focus on English grammar, vocabulary or pronunciation. And this episode, it is all about vocabulary. One of the repeated questions we get at Sahasriya is, how can I learn more phrasal verbs? And we get this from everyone, be it beginners, intermediates, IELTS, and even OET students. Now, the short answer is, you learn them one at a time. But which ones to learn? Our advice is to start with language you can use to talk about your life and your experience. Let us start this episode with 10 phrasal verbs you can use to talk about your weekend. Remember, if you need any help with your English language skills, then be sure to check out with Sahasriya by subscribing to our Spotify podcasts or search Learn English with Fun. If you don't have a Spotify account, you can visit www.sahasriya.com for the complete set of our podcasts, which are categorized as per the discussion. Do note that our podcasts are short and impactful and are posted twice a week. Here are 10 simple intermediate phrasal verbs that you can add to your English today. So, in my classes every Monday, I like to ask my students about their weekend. It usually takes them a few minutes to get started, but they usually have pretty interesting weekends. Now, I'm sure your English is great, but I know that students always love to learn fun little phrasal verbs that they can pepper into their spoken English. So, here are 10 ways you can make your conversational English just a little bit spicier. Phrasal verb number 1, to meet up with. On Saturday, I met up with some friends and we went to a movie. I repeat, on Saturday, I met up with some friends and we went to a movie. So, to say, I met some friends is fine, it is correct. But when we say met up with, it really makes it clear that this was a casual situation. So, to meet by itself is often used to describe a first encounter, like I met my best friend in the college, or I met him last year. Who do you like to meet up with on this weekend? Well, phrasal verb number 2, to head over. Number 2 is to head over. It's just a fun way to say go to, like after the movie. We headed over to a restaurant for dinner. I repeat, after the movie, we headed over to a restaurant for dinner. You can of course still say went, but you get a few extra cool points for head over. After we ate, we headed over to my friend's house to play some indoor games. Phrasal verb number 3, to drop in. Number 3, to drop in. It's a great way to express yourself to say, I dropped into the library to collect books to read for this week. I repeat, I dropped into the library to collect books to read for this week. Now you can also say, I visited the library to collect books to read for this week. But that doesn't sound very exciting, does it? Okay, you could also say, my uncle dropped in to my house to discuss with my parents. Always remember that if you need additional help with your grammar, if you want to understand everything you hear or read and you want to express yourself completely, then check out www.sahasriya.com, where you can take great online English courses on a range of different topics. Phrasal verb number 4, to stress out. Number 4, to stress out. Well, hopefully you don't have to use this one too much, stress out. Sometimes my students have a bad weekend and I teach them stress out, as in, my boss made me work the whole day and it really stressed me out. I repeat, my boss made me work the whole day and it really stressed me out. Or I can even say, my teacher gave me a huge assignment on Friday that is due today. I spent the whole weekend on it. It really stressed me out. Or we can use this one like an adjective, like, I had to prepare my university application and there was a lot of paperwork. I was really stressed out. Phrasal verb number 5, to try out. Phrasal verb number 5, to try out. But as always, I love it when my students try something new. They might try a class or a new activity. So sometimes I teach them to try out. Like, I tried out a hip-hop dance class. Or I tried out a new yoga exercise. Or I tried out rock climbing. Again, you could say I tried, but to try out has a sense of experimentation. You probably wouldn't use it to talk about something more serious, like I tried out a 7-hour trek. It is best to try out things that are short, safe, and simple. Phrasal verb number 6, to sleep in. To sleep in. Oh yes, everyone's favorite activity is to sleep in. On Saturday, I slept in until 10 a.m. I think this one is super easy but super practical. But if you're like me, it's really hard to sleep in. I would say I wanted to sleep in, but I woke up at 7 a.m., just like on every other weekday. Phrasal verb number 7, to put together. Phrasal verb number 7, to put together. Yes, this is a tough one for some and fun part for others. Like, I worked hard to put together the pictures in this display. For these people, it was hard, right? So I repeat, I worked hard to put together the pictures in this display. Or you can simply say with prepare. Like, I worked hard to prepare the pictures in this display. If you had noticed, put together added a little more degree of your intent and the work than saying prepared. Wasn't it? Well, let us move on to phrasal verb number 8, to pick up. Phrasal verb number 8, to pick up. Yes, this is a relatively easier phrasal verb, and we see a lot of our students say like, I went to the shop to pick up some clothes. I repeat, I went to the shop to pick up some clothes. Indeed, you may say, I went to the shop to buy some clothes, but that doesn't sound very exciting, does it? Good. Phrasal verb number 9, to carry out. Phrasal verb number 9, to carry out. This phrasal verb may be used like, I like to carry out this task and I will ensure timely completion. I repeat, I like to carry out this task and I will ensure timely completion. Of course, you can say, I like to do these tasks, but it sounds very mundane, right? Some of my students want to change the to do with to execute, meaning they try to change the sentence like, I like to execute this task. Maybe execute is a slightly elevated vocabulary than do, but other than that, it is not catchy still when compared to carry out, isn't it? Good. Phrasal verb number 10, to go through. Phrasal verb number 10, to go through. This phrasal verb is also commonly used by many non-native speakers, like, I will go through the book and come back to you for doubts. I repeat, I will go through the books and come back to you for doubts. Easily, you may replace go through with read, like, I will read the book and come back to you for doubts. But always remember, go through would suggest a deeper involvement than just plain reading in this situation. Awesome. Well done. Stay tuned for some fun and interesting ones about English language in the next section. In this section, let us look at some fun and interesting ones about English language. Let me do it like a quiz. Are you excited? Well, let me ask this first question. Which word in English has the maximum number of definitions? Which word in English has the maximum number of definitions? Want a clue? Well, the clue is it is a simple three-letter word. Couldn't get still? The answer is set, as in S-E-T. Did you know this word has 464? Yes, 464 definitions. That is because it is used as noun, as verb, as adjectives in many places. Well, I'm sure you would now know an important fun trivia about English and really enjoyed that one. Let me not disappoint you now. Let us do one more fun quiz. Are you further excited? Good. The next question, or the quiz question, is which is the shortest and complete sentence in English? I repeat, which is the shortest and complete sentence in English? Well, yet again, do you need a clue? And the clue is, it has just got one word. Still not getting it? That word has just two letters. Well, and the answer is go, as in G-O. Good. Let us have more fun in our future episodes too. We always intend that when English language is learnt in a fun-induced way, it stays with you for a long time. Remember to follow our Learn English with Fun podcast with Sahasriya at Spotify, or if you need more practice, then head over to www.sahasriya.com for all your English language needs. My name is Govind and I am signing off for now. Stay safe and see you soon. Take care.